fighters. Would you welcome first, fighting out of the red corner, with a record of 1-1, representing Fight Ministry, Ben Moss. And his opponent standing across the cage. This man is an independent fighter out of the blue corner, Chamberlain.
Back down to the bantamweight division for the second time this evening. And Ben Moss of the Fight Ministry takes on Chamberlain. Now, having seen Chamberlain make his debut, this is one very happy kid who just loves to compete. You'll see the smile on his face as he enters. Now watch for the footwork. He comes from a pretty decent BJJ background. A lot of people said that he couldn't really hang in the stand-up, so he spent a lot of time working on his stand-up, and he does like to, as he's doing at the moment, hands down, moves his head, footwork is pretty good. And we're in against the cage. Chamberlain just looks like he may be in a position for the throw, but Ben Moss able to turn his man and now has control up against the cage. Very relaxed, composed, good knee to the body from Chamberlain. I was just about to say, looks very relaxed and composed against the cage as Ben Moss fires in some good right hands, looking to control the head, possibly looking for a guillotine from Cameron. And Moss again lands a good knee, just jockeying for position in the clinch, and Chamberlain manages to reverse. Now he has control against the cage. Both fighters have an underhook each. Knee to the leg from Chamberlain as Dean Weir just has a word in the guy's ears just to say that we need to act, we need to move. Good left hand on the break from Moss. Chamberlain comes forward and lands a good right hand of his own before closing the distance, and we're back to where we were a few moments ago. Good couple of knees from both fighters as Moss looks for the trip. Chamberlain quite happy just to bully his man against the cage. Moss there reversing, pushes him in, and we're back to this jockeying position. Cameron looking for the takedown, looking more for the throw into the takedown. Moss privy to that one, and again now hunts for a takedown of his own. He's dropped, he's got one leg, picks him up and drops Cameron, who does have head control. He's not in the position he would like to be. He's looking to reclaim full guard to half guard at the moment. The head is free of Moss. Cameron looking to control the hips of Moss, who manages to pass into side control, and now looking for mount. Chamberlain doing a good job of reclaiming half guard, but is Ben Moss looking for a key lock or Kimura? I can't see because he is actually distorting my view, but it looks like he's trying to pass into full mount and lands throwing good left hands. Chamberlain just covering up here and has to succumb to the full mount. Moss now in a position where he can fire some right hands. Don't know if he's gone too high on that. He's looking for an arm. Chamberlain looked like he was in a good position. Now he's in a bad one as the arm is on. He manages to get out of it. It looked like the arm was all sort of twisted, and we will see a second round. Superb attempt at the armbar from Moss late on. A very even round up until that point. Both fighters managing to get position against the cage. Both guys sort of sharing knees and shots in the stand-up, but I think purely for the takedown towards the end and the submission attempt, Moss just nicking that round. But a very, very lively start. Initially, some footwork from Cameron became a sort of battle in the clinch. So it'll be interesting to see how the second round goes. Chamberlain taking a seat here as his corner team just passing over some advice. Looks like one of them is telling him to move a little bit more in and out. Ben Moss on the other side, looking very composed. Probably knows he got the first round in the books. And both fighters prepare for round number 2. Our referee Dean Weir in charge of the action waves the fighters forward, and here we go. So what does round 2 hold for us? Chamberlain moving left to right, looking for his opening. Moss quite content not to get drawn in, comes forward with a front kick. Good right hand from Chamberlain. Moss is wobbled and lands again. Moss initiates the clinch almost immediately, and Cameron gets the trip, but Moss with a beautiful reversal has Chamberlain against the cage. Chamberlain though with a beautiful right hand wobbled Moss, who was able to reclaim top position as Chamberlain looked for the trip and to sort of get the top position himself to see if he could force Moss more damage and potentially to the stoppage. But Moss just taking his time here. Don't know if he's still a little bit cloudy. He's doing the right thing. He's got half guard. He's got his foe up against the cage. And he's just doing enough just to keep busy. He's landed a few shots. And now Chamberlain looking to secure full guard. He's in a better position as he kicks Moss off. Moss is telling Chamberlain to get up. Obviously wants a piece of the stand-up, which is interesting after just being knocked, well, I nearly said knocked down, but beautiful sort of step left right from Chamberlain. Goes to the clinch again, and Moss with an easy judo throw. And we're back into side control. Chamberlain looking to use the cage to propel himself off and get into a top position himself. Now at the moment, again, Moss just quite content to sit here. He's thrown a couple of shots. Now looking to pass into full mount. Chamberlain trying to shrimp almost up against the cage, just does enough to get his opponent out of passing. Not a lot of action, just Chamberlain holding down, reclaims half guard. Moss just fires a couple of shots, just under the watching eye of our referee Dean Weir. Good left hand, and again. And Chamberlain again, good up kick, needs to watch it. Dean Weir may, I don't know if he was a downed opponent there. He's not at the moment whilst he's landing these shots. Stop there, yes, that one was. Chamberlain looked to land a kick to a down opponent, and he's been sent to the neutral corner. Dean Weir's just going to check on Ben Moss to make sure he's okay. Ben Moss gives the nod, says he's fine. And we've seen 2 points deducted tonight. Will we see a third? Dean Weir just telling Cameron to go back to the neutral corner. And he's just going to call the doctor in just to check the eyes of Ben Moss. Just going to have a look. There was I don't know if the first one was to a downed opponent. The second time definitely was. Our doctor just asking him a couple of questions, just checking his responses. Sure, Moss won't want to end the contest this way, won't want to potentially pick up a win by disqualification. It's just being checked over, he appears fine. The doctor's happy for this to continue. Now, as I said, going back, will we see a point deduction? We've seen 2 thus far tonight. Or will it just be a warning? I had a feeling he was going to warn him the first time. He let it, well, it all happened very quickly, so Dean Weir allowed the action to continue. The second one, as I said, was to a downed opponent. He looks like he's giving him a stern talking to, so it may just be the warning. Chamberlain taking it all on board. No, he is going to deduct a point. So for the third time in 7 contests, we see a point deduction for an illegal blow to a downed opponent. And we're going to restart this second round on the feet. Chamberlain seeming deflated. Now obviously if, as I said, Moss picked up a 10-9 in the first round, stealing it at the end with the point deduction, now you might have to feel that Chamberlain's going to have to force the stoppage if this round remains more of what has happened thus far, with Moss being in top position. Now Moss has Chamberlain up against the cage, has a full body lock, maybe looking for a trip. as we move into the final 10 seconds of this round. Couple of good shots from Moss. As we just close out the second round. As I said, Moss seemingly in control of this bout. Chamberlain slumps to his backside once more in his corner. Now, as I said, with the point deduction, you have to argue that Moss is 3 rounds up at this point after 2, and Chamberlain has 3 minutes to force the stoppage and take everything he can from the contest. Sure, Moss's corner just informing him that he is up, just needs to remain in the contest, do more of the same. He's dominating the contest thus far. Chamberlain's corner just in front of us, probably telling him he needs to go for broke. As the whistle sounds and we move into the final 3 minutes of this contest. What will the final 3 minutes hold? We've seen a good right hand in the second from Chamberlain, dropping Moss, but he just rushed in a little bit too excited, and Moss was able to reverse the position and recover from top position. So here we go, good left hand from Moss. Will this stay standing? Good left hand from Moss once more. Seems to be quite comfortable in the stand-up as he fires another left hand down the pipe. Chamberlain, good head movement, but sort of ducks into the clinch. Does have control against the cage. Just trying to look on the monitor in front of us as he's trying to fish for both underhooks now. Decent knee from Moss to the body. As he sort of goes cross-face. Chamberlain not doing enough from this position. He either needs to break off and take his chances on the feet or try and get Moss to the floor. Moss lands another good knee. Chamberlain's corner urging him to throw a knee of his own, but he needs to do more. He's controlling his opponent, and there is a knee and 2. Just needs to watch the head. Going for a throw. Moss equal to it and gets a takedown of his own. Good trip. And now we're back into half guard. Chamberlain in his corner. He's back to the cage. Moss will be quite content to keep the fight here. Land a couple of shots just to keep Dean Weir happy that the fight can remain here. Because as I said earlier on, he is winning this contest. Good left hand from Moss. And again, Chamberlain at the moment just looking to hold on, needs to force something here. Now he's in full guard, does have a decent triangle choke, I've been told. Can he force something from here? At the moment he's just taking shots from Moss, who's happy again to throw the left. Needs to watch the up kick. Good right hand from Moss. Body, head. And now unleashing lefts and rights on Chamberlain, who's just covering up here. Chamberlain on his back. Good 1-2 from Moss. Posturing up nicely, keeping control. And Chamberlain needs to do more. Dean Weir's having a good look. They're not hard shots, but they're multiple shots and they're all landing. And at the moment, Chamberlain, he's not even got a closed guard. He's just got the legs in the air. He's just covering his head, and Moss just teeing off. Again, shots to the body as we move to the final 10 seconds. And unless Jack Cameron, he's not going to now. He needed to throw any form of submission there off his back and was unable to do so. And we're going to go to the judges' scorecard on this one. And Ben Moss, well, on my unofficial scorecard, has took the contest 30-26, so it'll be interesting to see how the judges score it. But an easy 3-round decision and a very, very good second victory for Ben Moss. Chamberlain showed signs of footwork, showed signs of some decent shots on the feet, but ultimately just spent too much time in his back. And as I said, we'll go to the judges' scorecards, and I see a decision victory for the Fight Ministry's Ben Moss.
Just go over that side. Go over that side.
Ben, do you want your shirt?
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please show your appreciation for our fighters? After 3 rounds of MMA action, we go to the judges' scorecards. For your winner, by unanimous decision, Ben Moss! And would you please show your appreciation for Chamberlain?
Well done,